Welcome to DTV. I'm with Josh Mahoney in the lead up to the clash against West Coast this week. And Josh, it's been a bit quieter around the club this week as opposed to last week. It was pretty full on. How's it been just getting second week under Todd's reign?
Yeah, obviously after the week before, there was a fair few distractions going around the club, and we think we've got on top of a lot of those distractions, and the focus is just on the Eagles game now. Yeah, we had a fantastic night last night at the Foundation Heroes night, and every time you go to those nights, you just again just get blown away by how many people, how supportive they are of the footy club. And I can talk from experience being at a fair few clubs, but I've never seen supporters get behind their club as much as the Melbourne supporters have. And you could argue that they've got every reason to actually drop off because they haven't had a lot of success for a long time, but they can still see the footy clubs moving forward, and that's great to see. And it gives the coaching staff confidence, all the staff confidence, and most of all the players confidence that they've got people behind them.
And just the build of that momentum and just sort of second week into it, how the players going, just gelling together under Todd?
Yeah, well, Todd's come in with a very simple instructions of the things that he wants the players to work on, and how we'll be what we'll be training and what we want to see in games, and the players have jumped straight into that. And I think for the last 4 weeks, it's going to be more about for us for the last 4 weeks. If we're going to make anything of this season, it's going to be dependent on how we're performing in the next 4 weeks. Got some really good opportunities to win some games, and this is a game where we're going into it. We're probably not expected to win. The Eagles have been in very good form. Even at Etihad Stadium, you'd say coming over here, we're more of a chance, but they've played very well at Etihad as well. So they're a very good team. It's going to be a good challenge. We probably put up a fight for probably the first quarter last week against Carlton. Didn't make the most of our opportunities, but we've been making sure that we're doing a lot more of what we did in that first quarter and be competitive for a lot more of the game.
Todd mentioned the other day it was really play anywhere, anytime type attitude, and Etihad obviously hasn't been a great hunting ground for the D's. What are you doing differently to try and end that hoodoo?
Yeah, again, it's not. There's no simple answer to why our record is the way it is. We've shown that we can play well there in patches. Keep going back to the first quarter against the Kangaroos, where we kicked 7 goals, and it looked like we can play really well on this ground. So there's no reason why we can't play well there. It's just a matter of just getting that first win, and then from then on it'll be, well, there's no hoodoo anymore. So. But the things that Todd's been talking about for the last couple of weeks, they should be anywhere, anytime, any conditions. The things that we're working on should be able to stand up in all those scenarios. So going into the game, we focus on those things, and as it says, the ground shouldn't matter at all.
Finals is still a chance. I mean, obviously a lot of things have to go right, but there's still a little bit of light there. Talked about much among the group at the moment?
I've had a fair bit more to talk about, Matty, in the last couple of weeks, and to tell you the truth, it's just been all about just making sure that we're getting our players ready mentally and physically for the game on the weekend. They've been through a lot as a group, but we've really come together. As again I spoke about last night, it was a really good opportunity again to come together and make sure that the last 4 weeks, let's get something out of it. And that's what we're really focusing on. And if we end up playing finals, well, I'm happy to be around here for another week.
Disappointing game against West Coast earlier in the year over in the West. How much do you really look to really gain some redemption on that clash, and what can you do to actually win this game?
Yeah, they really jumped us in the first quarter. The one thing that they've been really good at this year, they've been very good at a lot of things, but their forward line pressure has been outstanding all year, and they really played the game in their half in the first quarter over there. And we've put a few things in place throughout the year to try and prevent that happening, probably since that game, and we've had success in doing that. We just got to make sure, stoppages are going to be very important in this game, and we've got to make sure the game's being played in our half. And if we do get the situation like we did in the first quarter, where we get locked down there, that we've got a few things in place to make sure we get the ball out of there, because they've been able to play the game in their half, and they've got such dangerous forwards, a number of different options, that they're a very high-kicking, high-scoring team.
Well, best wishes for the weekend, mate. It's going to be a big game, and hopefully the D's will get the points.
That'll be great. Thanks, Matty.